Dear students, I hope you all will be fine. I'm here, Mohammed Jamal Khan, lecturer in botany, University of Education, Lahore. Today we have a lecture number 12. In this lecture, we discuss a topic that relates to one of the core subjects of botany, that is plant systematic anatomy and development. And the course code of this subject is BOTM 1112. And our today's topic is family Cucurbitaceae. So here we have the taxonomic descriptions of Cucurbitaceae. So here we have the taxonomic hierarchy of this family. In division we have Spermatophyta. Then we have subdivision that includes phanerogams. After this we have class of dicotyledons. Then we have the subclass Polypetalae. Then we have the series Calamiflorae. And then we have the order Passiflorellus. And in them we have the family Cucurbitaceae. As concerned with respect to their distribution, the cucurbites are largely tropical in origin, with different genera originating in Africa, tropical America, and Southeast Asia. Near about, it includes 100 genera and more than 815 species that is widely distributed in the world. In Southeast Asia, this family is represented by about 37 genera and 97 species. And the chief center of distribution of these members is Eastern Himalaya. This family is also called as cucurbites and gourd family. Most of the members of this family are found in tropical and subtropical region. With respect to their habit, the plant live only for single growing season, that is referred as annual, or they may be perennial. In some cases, they have a modified structure that is called as tendril that helps to climbing a plant. Now here we have the first part of the vegetative character of this family is root. Basically, the root is directly arrived from the seed, and such type of root is called as taproot. As you see in this slide, this root is directly originate from seed. And here we have their branches. These are the branches. Here we have the secondary branches, and then we have the tertiary branches. These are the tertiary branches. So basically it possesses taproot system. The stem of this family, the member of this family is herbaceous and usually climbing through a specific or modified structure that we call as tendrils. Majorly, the stem is glabrous. It means it's smooth. But in some cases, hair-like structure is also present, or stem is hairy in this family. In this Cucurbitaceae family, leaves are very simple. They arrange in an alternate pattern. the base of petiole of leaf, a small scale-like or leaf-like structure are absent, and those structures, as you know, are called as stipules. So the leaves of Cucurbitaceae family is exstipulate. It possesses petiole, due to which we called such type of leaf are called petiolate, and leaves in which the principal veins run parallel to each other. It may be convergent or divergent. So such type of parallel venation is the characteristics of this family. In addition to this, the venation in which smaller veins arise from the midrib and form network is called a reticulate venation. So Cucurbitaceae family possess reticulate venations. So simply we can say the leaf has many principal veins of equal size, and these veins arise from the base of the lamina and form network, and this venation may be convergent or divergent. So here we have the figure of a leaf of Cucurbitaceae family. So here we simply a modified structure that we called as tendrils. Actually tendrils are the modified leaf. So here we have the leaf, and these are the veins. These all are the veins. They are, and these veins is further divided into further veinlets and form a network of veins in the lamina that is referred as palmate, and venation is referred as reticulate venation. As you know, a group of flower is called inflorescence. In Cucurbitaceae family, flower may be solitary, and the solitary flower have large corolla to attract insects. And these solitary flower are further categorized into two forms. One is terminal flower, the other one is axillary flower. The terminal flower is the flower borne at the apex of the main stem or its branches, while the axillary flower borne in the axil of a foliage leaf. Cucurbitaceae family also possess fluorescence in which the main axis develops lateral flowers and continues to grow indefinitely up to the last flower, and such type of inflorescence is called racemose. And in some cases, Cucurbitaceae family possess the inflorescence in which the main axis soon ends in a flower. So it gives one or two lateral branches or daughter axes, each of which ends in flower. And such type of inflorescence referred as cymose. The flower of Cucurbitaceae family is unisexual or dioecious. It means both male or female flower are present on different plants. As far as concerned with the symmetry of the flower of Cucurbitaceae family, the flower exhibit actinomorphic symmetry. It means the flower can be divided into two equal halves by any one plane. Or by more than one plane, sorry. So it exhibits actinomorphic symmetry, due to which we called the flower is irregular. Sometimes some flower, or majorly in Cucurbitaceae, flower are incomplete. It means either calyx or corolla are absent, or both are absent. If calyx are absent, then we call it as apetalous or asapulous in case of sepals, and in case of petals we call apetalous. And if both are absent, then we call as actinomorphic. So here I have the figure of the flower, that is incomplete flower. Either sepal is absent, or either petals are absent, or both are absent. Actinomorphic in symmetry, we can divide into any plane into equal halves, two equal halves. So we exhibit actinomorphic. Then we have the superior ovary. So as in case of epigynous. In Cucurbitaceae, the number of petals are 5. They all are united. So when petals are united with one another, this is referred as gamopetalous. And the color of these petals are white and yellow. So the union of petals modified itself into a lobe or tubular-like structure. As far as concerned with the calyx, the number of sepals in Cucurbitaceae family is 5, and these sepals are gamosepalous. It means all sepals are united together to form a tube-like structure. Due to this fusion, a specific arrangement of structure is formed that is called as campanulate. So basically, campanulate describes the calyx of certain flowers that are characterized by a broad tube or less ventricles at the base, so terminating with little recurved lobes that appear to be like a bell-shaped structure. So such type of bell-shaped structure is called as campanulate. So here we have the third whorl of flower, that is Androecium. In Androecium, the number of stamens is 3 to 5, and they united with various degrees. So anthers are very long in Cucurbitaceae family. Stamens majorly are developed or borne on calyx tube as indicated in this diagram. These are the calyx that form tubes, and from this anther originates. These are the anthers that originate from calyx tube. Now here we have the fourth whorl of flower of Cucurbitaceae family, that is Gynoecium. In Gynoecium, there are 3 carpels, and all these carpels are fused together. So the Gynoecium consists of more than one fused carpel, and these fused carpels form a compound ovary. And in some cases, only ovaries are united, but stigma are free. And in some cases, ovary and style are united, and in some cases, ovary, style, and stigma all are united. So the compound ovary is referred to as syncarpous, or when ovaries are fused together, this condition is referred as syncarpous. In Gynoecium of Cucurbitaceae, the ovary is inferior due to insertion of floral leaves on thalamus as epigynous. And in this condition, thalamus grows upward and surrounds the ovary. So thalamus and ovary fuse together. Therefore, sepal petals and stamens are inserted on the top of the ovary. So gynoecium is inferior, but all the parts are superior. In addition to this, the flower of Cucurbitaceae family possesses a specific structure that is called as placenta. So basically, as you know, placenta is a cushion-like ridges inside the ovary on which ovules are attached. In Cucurbitaceae, it exhibits a placentation that is parietal. So in this parietal placentation, the ovary is compound and unilocular, and the fused margins of the carpels swell up to form placenta. Ovules attach on it. Sometimes fused margins of the carpels grow inward to form incomplete septa, and it divides each ovary into number of incomplete compartments, and the ovules are borne on the surface of these septa. So the placentation, such placentation is parietal. So it has bicarpellary ovary, and the compound ovary becomes bilocular due to formation of false septa. The fruit of Cucurbitaceae family is simple, fleshy or berry. So in such type of fruit, the fruit formed from a single flower with Gynoecium, monocarpellary or polycarpellary and syncarpous. And the simple fruit may be dry or fleshy in nature. Seed of Cucurbitaceae family is non-endospermic seed. It means seeds do not have an endosperm in the mature seed. So the cartilagen are thick and fleshy and function as the sole food storage organ. Majorly dicot plants have non-endospermic seeds. So here we have the floral formula. First one we have the male flower. So it's ebracteate, bracteate is absent, then its symmetry is actinomorphic, then only male part is present or stamens are present. Then the calyx are 5 and fused. Then we have the Corolla, number of Corolla 5, they are fused. Then we have the Androecium, and their number is 3 to 5 and they are fused. And there is 0, it means Gynoecium or female part is totally absent in it. Now we have the female flower. Bracts are absent, so it is ebracteate, symmetry is actinomorphic, then only female part or pistillate is present. Then we have the calyx, number of calyx are 5, they are fused together. Then we have the corolla, and the number of corolla is 5, they fuse. Again, the bracket indicates their fusion or they unite together. Then we Androecium is 0, it means it's only a female part. Then we have the Gynoecium. Gynoecium are 3 carpels, and these 3 carpels are syncarpous or they are fused together. And ovary is inferior, that is indicated by this line, this line. So here we have the floral diagram of Cucurbitaceae male and female flower. So this one is the female flower. So here we have the main axis. Then we have the sepals that are fused together. Then we have the petals, they are all fused together. And then we have the stamens. These indicate stamens. So here we have a female flower or a floral diagram of female flower. So the main axis, then we have the sepals, then we have petals, sepal and petal, sepals fused to each other, then petals fused together, and this sepals or petals fusion form a campanulate structure or a bell-shaped structure. And after that, here we have the Gynoecium, in which three carpels are present, and these three carpels are syncarpous, or they fuse together. So here and then we have the economic importance of Cucurbitaceae family. First of all, we used these the product of these plants as vegetable. Immature fruits of sour cucurbits are eaten raw or cooked as vegetable. Then we use as fruit most of the members of this Cucurbitaceae family. Ripe fruits of some plants are eaten as desserts or used to making refreshing juices. Some of the plant have medicinal value. Fruit pulp of pumpkin used as a poultice on boils and burns and inflammations. Fruit of Momordica charentia are used for stomach ache and rheumatism, liver and spleen problem, and diabetes. In addition to this, the fibrous pericarp of some fruits are taken from dried fruits and used as bath sponge. So here in the end we have the references that we obtained from different sources in the preparation of this lecture. And in the end, I hope you get very informative information in this lecture. Thank you.